Hi, welcome back to the workshop, and today we are looking at Bachmann's brand new Class 25. Now, Mike, of course, we had Richard in here a little while ago showing us the vast array of 25s that are coming out, but we have now a wonderful running sample. Let's talk about it.
Right, so yeah, like you said, we have seen production samples of all 11, which Richard brought in, but it's nice now to actually be able to look over one particular example in detail and really get to grips with exactly what the model has to offer.
So this particular Class 25, what is different with this one?
Right, so this is one of the 11 different versions that Bachmann's doing. This particular locomotive is one of the Class 25/3, so this is the last batch of Class 25s. They have the solid-state electronics inside them, but outwardly they look the same as a 25/2. So one of the other nice things about this as well is it's in this early BR blue livery, which is actually known as BR polyurethane blue. So slightly different to the standard corporate BR blue you saw from the late 60s onwards. It was, from my understanding of it, it was basically where they were experimenting with the shades of blue that they were going to use on BR blue locos. I think it looks really smart, actually. It's quite a nice little livery. I've got one of the Class 24s in this livery as well. So
it does look very smart. In fact, I was thinking to myself before that obviously when blue fades, it sort of goes more of a grey-white. I wonder what that shade would have looked like as it kind of toned down over the years.
I doubt that had much chance to fade, to be honest. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure that would have been repainted in standard BR blue fairly soon after it went into.
It was a very short-lived livery there.
Very short-lived. It's part of the experiments of getting BR blue right, so
fair enough. Well, look, as far as the detail in the model is concerned, I mean, just through filming over here, I've seen that all the detail around the bogies, underneath the frame, inside the cab detail. Bachmann have really gone to town in the level of detail that they've applied to this model.
They really have. I mean, I was impressed with them when we saw them here when we were talking with Richard about them. Actually having the chance to really look in detail, take it all in and look at those pieces they put into the locos, it's actually even more impressive, I think, than what I understood when we first looked at it. And one of the things that actually really stands out to me as well is the variations they've got within the tooling suite. So, for example, they've got different ways of modelling the underframe tanks. So you can have them with like most of the 25/2s and 3s, or like this one where they've got the short tanks for the fuel tanks, but there were a small number of the 25/2s which had boiler water tanks as well. They've got that capability with it. You've got details around the roof as well. So, for example, we've got one of the larger L-shaped exhaust silencers on this, but with the round exhaust port on it. They've got all these little different detail differences going off with the locos. And the entire tooling suite goes back to the 25/1, which had the Class 24 style body, if you like, where it had all the side grills on it. They've then done the 25/2, but they covered both the Derby and the Darlington batch of 25/2s. So the Darlington batch of 25/2s had the earlier style body. The Derby 25/2s had this style body. And they've done the 25/3s as well. But again, like I said, they've done the variations on those. So you can have the different frame variations. Some have got plated steps, some have got unplated steps, some have got a boiler exhaust port, some have got no boiler exhaust port. So all these myriad differences have been built into the tuning suite to give us a really comprehensive Class 25.
Well, as far as the actual running characteristics of the model is concerned, what have Bachmann got in there from a drive point of view? And as far as their DCC control, what are the functionalities that people can expect?
Okay, so drive system is a standard 5-pole motor in there, twin flywheels, driving all axles, pick up all axles as well. So really classic Bachmann drivetrain. Again, like we'd expect from a Bachmann model, it runs superbly. It's like a sewing machine running around the layout here today. Plenty of haulage capacity as well. We've got it on 25 wagons here at the minute. Did test it on a maximum of 30, so we know it will take more than this. And actually, it was not struggling at all with 30. Not very sure it had taken 40 and 50 wagons, which is far more than one of these would ever haul on the real railway. So plenty of haulage capacity in one of these. In terms of the DCC setup, so there's actually 3 variations I think we need to talk about before that. So they're doing it DCC ready, so that's analog operation, but with a decoder socket at the side, and a factory fit speaker. There's then DCC sound fitted, where they add a Zimmo Plux 22 sound decoder into them, and that works through the inside, the speaker that's inside as well. You've then got a sound fitted deluxe version, which adds into a independently powered roof fan and a tinted glazing to the loco as well.
Wonderful. So there's obviously a lot of different variations that you can get. Now, are they also bringing in the uncoupling for the part of that deluxe model, or is this not coming to the 25?
It's not with the 25 at the moment. So this one is kind of a step before the 31 at the moment. So it's the same basic specification you got with the 37 and the 47 for the sound fitted deluxe. Like I say, you've got the powered roof fan, which is independently powered. It's not off the drive system in the loco. And you've got that tinted glazing as well. And then in terms of other features as well, so it's got the standard directional lighting you expect on the loco, and you can manage each end as well, so you can switch each end off if you require. You can do that either on analog or digital. So if you're on analog, you've got a couple of switches in the chassis which you can switch the lights off at one end or the other. Or with DCC, you can do that with your handset. And then you can also control the cab lights. They're controlled through function buttons on the DCC one. And as a little extra, you've also got engine room lights with this as well. So they've actually got modelling of the engine block inside the windows of this. So when you look through the little engine room windows, you see components of the engine block on the chassis, which is a really quite nice touch.
I actually remember seeing that for the 31s as well. So, I mean, I think that detail with Bachmann moving forward, that's probably going to be one of their standard little add-ons that they're bringing into it now, isn't it?
Definitely. And it's like they're casting a chassis block anyway, so why not add a little bit of interest in and actually cast it in the style of loco?
So today over here on the layout, we have D7660, but what other variations of the 25s are actually coming in?
Right, so you've basically got pretty much every combination you could think of. I'm sure there's some more anyway, but from the first of the 25 ones coming into traffic in BR green with the lower waistband and small yellow warning panels, right through to Tamworth Castle in BR blue livery as well with its wraparound yellow ends. So they're doing, like I say, standard green ones with small yellow panels, two-tone green ones, two-tone green with full yellow ends. There's the BR blue versions. There's the version we've got here on the layout today as well. And there's some weathered options within that as well. So some of the locos have done a weathered option of the same locomotive in both pristine and weathered condition as well. So lots of nice chops in the middle. Actually, the weathered versions they had here as samples, I thought they looked really smart as well.
Lovely. It seems like there's a Class 25 for everybody.
There is.
Now, before we go on to the proper details, the Class 25s were affectionately known as rats by enthusiasts, but where did that name come from?
Well, apparently it's because at the time they were introduced, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing a Class 25, so they're nicknamed rats because they were everywhere.
That common?
Yes, rat infestation.
I see. So when can people expect to get their own rat, and how much are they selling for?
So they're due to arrive this summer across July and August. Prices start from £199.95 for the DCC ready version, like the one we've got here on the layout today, and they rise up to £339.95 for the full sound-fitted deluxe version with a weathered finish as well. There's some variations on those prices depending on whether they're pristine or weathered as well.
Okay, lovely. Well, listen, as Mike said, the Class 25s were everywhere, and if you are into your diesel fleet, then a 25 or 2 or more could very well be for you. You can read Mike's full review in our latest edition of Hornby Magazine, which is HM205, which is on sale right now. So grab a copy of that, and you can read more and see more, of course, on KeyModelWorld.com. In the meantime, though, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
And apparently, I'm going for shopping for 2 or more rats.
You never stop buying, do you? You're going to need a bigger house for your model collection.
Maybe I'll fix that.